Okay, so Wolves lost their third game in a row in the Premier League under Bruno Lage without scoring a goal, which is something I think most people would have expected. I think most people would have expected to look at the table at this point in the league and see us, near the bottom, which is where we are. We're 18th, but it's so far from the truth. Like when the fixtures came out 2 months ago, I think everyone knew we'd kind of be in this situation with a new manager, and the £4 million net profit we've made, and I think no one was really that positive. But I'm really, it's such a hard feeling. 'Cause I didn't want to record this after the game because of the whole Mike Dean stuff, and I was kind of like, let me like calm down and get my head right. But this should be really positive for Wolves fans. Like after the game, I went on Twitter and it was just like loads of people moaning about like the fact that we're not clinical and all this, and it's like there's a difference between not being clinical and just being unlucky. Like I know people hate expected goals and stuff, but to underperform your expected points by 5 after 3 games is genuinely mental. And the team's settled. We've got a style of play already, which I think people will have to kind of just put some context into it. I remember a few months ago, like when Bruno came in, everyone was going, it's going to take time. You know, Nuno's ideology is so set on the team. It might take a few months for us to get in a system and kind of get playing attacking football. And we've just played a team that everyone's been speaking about in the week, bigging them up and saying they're going to win the league. And I get that Ronaldo wasn't playing today, but it's a positive aura around that club. And even if you don't like Man United, their bench is amazing, their team's amazing, and we compete with them very well in what people are saying was a really bad transfer window, and that this squad has really big flaws. And I do think it does. I still think Rene Nui needs to come in at left wing back. Not that I don't like Marcel, I just think he's more well-rounded footballer. And now we're coming into a stage of the season where we're going to be higher up the pitch against what Brentford and Watford and stuff. I'd like to see Eight Nuri in there, but that's just me. But there's a settled 11, there's a settled style, and I think we should be really confident and proud of that. I know football's a results business and whatever, but everyone expected us to be here anyway. Everyone expected us to have 0 or 1 points anyway when the fixtures came out. And considering the transfer window as well and how everyone keeps moaning about it, I think Bruno Lage has done the best job he could possibly do given the fixtures. I think context is important. And also, this isn't like under Nuno, right? Under Nuno, we beat loads of big sides, but they kind of just felt like it kind of felt like we just did it because we were sat back and got a bit lucky, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's only 6 games of the season, because when you play the other 13 teams in the league, they're lower, right? So they sit back against you. Bruno Lage, we haven't brought him in to beat the top sides, because we could do that under Nuno. We've brought him in to beat the smaller sides and attack them and score goals. So the fact that Bruno ball, or Bruno's philosophy is working against big sides, to me suggests it's going to work against smaller sides, if you get what I mean. Maybe that's not the case, but I think it will. And in this game as well, I think a lot of it's kind of just down to the fact, one, we played in midweek, but also I think the fitness is still coming to it. I think, later on in the season, we'll be able to press a lot more. I think after kind of like the 70th minute mark, maybe, we kind of, we kind of ran out a bit. And that's fine. You can't always do it for 90 minutes, but I think as the season goes on and we play lower sides, we'll be absolutely fine. And, obviously Hwang Hee-chan's come in, the centre-back thing looks like it's solved, Traore's staying, by the way, subscribe to the channel. But it feels like things are going in the right direction, off the pitch and on the pitch. And the thing is, for those fans that are moaning and a bit concerned, I get that it's kind of concerned that Jimenez isn't getting shots and that the long balls are still concerning us a bit. But all I heard last season on Wolves Twitter and from Wolves fans was, we just want to see a better style of football. We don't mind losing, we just want to be proud of the side. We've played 3 really good sides who are all in a more established position than us, and we've played really well, and I don't think there's anything you can really moan about. Obviously, Jose Sarr should have saved it, but then also it should have been a foul anyway. So I don't really want to go in on Jose Sarr too much. I don't really want to go in on the defence. I think we should just look on this really positively. And look, it's only 3 games, and then there's the international break. Look on this positively. I don't think there's anything really bad that's come out of this, to be honest. Okay, we've lost 3 games, obviously I get that. But overall, I think obviously it could have gone better, of course, because we could have got points. But if you ignore points, let's say this was pre-season and it was just about performances, we'd be going, wow, this is perfect. Do you know what I mean? So, plus every game, players are getting better. Semedo's getting better. Trincão's getting better. Moutinho's getting better. Neves is getting better. Conor Cody looks a bit more settled. Kilman's growing into it. If that upward trajectory of performances in the team and individuals keeps going up, and the quality of the sides we're playing goes lower, odds are those two lines, our performance is going up and the teams we're playing going down, will probably mean it'll equal more points and we'll start to move up the table. So I don't think our fans should be too concerned. Just relax, trust the process, hopefully, and let's just hope we can get a centre back and a central midfielder. I still think we need a central midfielder, by the way. According to Tim Spears, we're not signing one, but overall, I'm really happy. The Mike Dean stuff was ridiculous, and it is kind of becoming weird how much Mike Dean keeps screwing us over. But hey, whatever. That's what you get when you play Man United. It's kind of one of those things you just have to accept. It's kind of the laws of football, right? Big sides get big decisions, unfortunately. But my overall message is we're going to play worse sides and we're going to make more signings and we're going to be fitter. And we're already getting better anyway when playing better sides. Like Man United are better than Tottenham, even though the league table doesn't suggest that, and they're better than Leicester. And that was our best performance day in pre-season or in the league. So for me, everything's going in the right direction. Trust the manager, back the manager in the last few days of the transfer window, and everything should go well, hopefully. Just as long as confidence doesn't dip. But I trust that Bruno Lage has enough faith in that team that confidence won't just drop after 3 games, hopefully. But if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Like the video, and yeah, peace.